Alright, so here's how to play Nobody Knows by Russ. Let's go ahead and get into it. So looking at these chords, hopefully you have a little bit of training in bar chords. If not, that's okay. You can go ahead and give this a try. So what we're going to do is start with an E major 7 chord. So your index finger is going to set here on the 7th fret of the A string, your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D, your middle finger on the 8th fret of the G, and your pinky on the 9th fret of the B string. Now with your right hand, for all of these chords I'm using my thumb, index, middle, and ring finger to do those rakes or trills, whatever you want to call them. So you're basically just plucking with your thumb on the A string, index finger is plucking D, middle finger is plucking G, ring finger is plucking B, and you do it in a rake. You could call that I guess you could call that a rake or a trill. Alright, so you're doing one note after another. Okay, so that's the first chord there. Second chord is an A major 7 down in open position. So your index finger is going to set here on the 1st fret of the G, middle finger on 2nd fret of the D, ring finger on 2nd fret of the B. And you're going to stick to those same strings, thumb on A, index on D, middle on G, ring on B. Okay. Okay. So now your ring finger is where it needs to be for the next chord. So the next chord is an F minor 7. So what you're going to do is take your index finger and your middle finger off, okay? And you're just going to pop your middle finger down to that 2nd fret of the G. So it was on that 2nd fret of the D, it just moved down to 2nd fret of the G. Then your index finger jumps way up here to the 2nd fret of the low E. Now we're going to do that same rake with our fingers, but your thumb is going to cover that low E string. And now your index is going to cover G, middle, B, ring finger, high E. Okay. Okay. So that's the next chord. Alright. This next chord here is actually probably the most like a bar chord out of all these 4 chords here. So your index finger is going to set right up here, barring from the A to the high E string on the 2nd fret. We're going to play a B7 chord, so your ring finger is going to have to come up here to 4th fret of the D, and then your pinky sets down here on the 4th fret of the B. So again, the plucking pattern is the same as the 1st and 2nd chord, so your thumb starts on the A, index, D, middle, G, ring finger, B. And if you're having trouble getting that to ring out, make sure your index finger is really snugged up against and on top of slightly that 2nd fret. And that really gets you in the right position to play that B7 chord. So that's the 4 chords. We got E major 7. So we're plucking from the A string to the B string. Then we got A major 7. Okay. Then we've got F minor 7 with a slightly different orientation of our fingers on the strings, with your thumb on the low E, index starting on G. And then B7 with the thumb starting on A again. Okay. So it's going to do that 3 times. So we've got so that's 1 time, 2 times, So here's the third time. Okay, so after that last chord, the B7, the third time through, we're going to go to a variation of the E major 7 chord. It's actually a chord John Mayer made famous on his Room for Squares album. So your middle finger is going to set here on the 7th fret of the A, your index finger 6th fret of D, and then your pinky jumps up here to 8th fret of the G. Now to play the full John Mayer chord, you would add your ring finger here on the 7th fret of the B. So that's just a variation of the E major 7 chord. I think it might be an E major 9 or something. So anyway, you don't need your ring finger on the B string. You just need middle finger, 7th fret of A, index, 6th fret of D, and pinky, 8th fret of G. And you're going to pluck a pattern like this. So what I'm doing is just thumb on the low E, thumb on the A, index on D, middle on G. So you'll do that little pattern, and then you're going to play the last 2 chords of the progression that we were playing before. So the F minor 7 to the B7. So it'll be like okay. And so you've got the 3 times through the progression, and then the last time is all right. So let me play through the whole thing one more time for you just to recap. Second time. Third time. Then we do the followed by the last 2 chords, then we start over. Continue on from there. Alright, so I hope that helped you get a good start on this song. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video.